are things that will really help shape up your career and will help you love what you do. Because if you get into a healthcare team and you're not warm, you're not welcoming, people don't want to work with you, and if people don't want to work with you, you'll really have a hard time. I remember. Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Charity, a certified nutritionist in Kenya, and I'm a mental wellness advocate. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel where I talk about life experience and I share helpful tips to upcoming aspiring nutritionists or those nutritionists who have been in the field and you feel bored and you feel like, you know what, I can't do this. This is your channel. Please stay tuned. Today is a Tuesday. You know what it is. It is time for a nutrition talk episode, and today I want to share my helpful expert tips to a new nutritionist just venturing into the market. You know, when you get your first job as a nutritionist, you're so excited. So here are more or less 8 helpful tips from my own experience when I started working as a clinical nutritionist until I transitioned to where I am right now. And I can't wait to share these helpful tips, and I hope they'll be able to help you. So come along, let's talk. So the first helpful tip I'll share, and this is something I learned on the job. No one told me about it, you know, guys. Yeah. That's why you should subscribe to this YouTube channel. I want to help people who just don't know where to start or what they are doing. I want this to be your safe haven. Please leave a comment, share your experiences, reach me out on all my social media platforms. I'll be able to get back to you. So the first helpful tip I'll share is professional presentation. For me, my first job as a nutritionist was just an office job. So we were just required to dress casual smart or sometimes official. And then my second job as a clinical nutritionist in the hospital, we were given scrubs and uniform to be able to wear per your department. So every day you have to be neat, to be formal, depending on which work you get. If it's an office job, please make sure you're appropriately dressed. Don't dress skimpily. I'm not a grooming expert, so I'm not going to dwell on it, but just dress official if they need official, smart casual if they need smart casual. Go on TikTok, go on YouTube, find this episode that share just how to properly dress for your body type, for your height, for just everything in you. You know how to dress so that you can appear well kept. It's very, very important because how you appear is the first thing someone sees, and someone interacts with you by just looking at you when you enter a room, and they decide where to place you. If you're neatly dressed, if you're well groomed, people will tend to listen to you rather than someone who is skimpily dressed. You can take a look at how this one is dressed and how this one is dressed, and then you can just make a decision who you will take serious between the two. And then another thing, and this is very, very important, and this one no one ever told me about his body language. I know most of us are not self-aware, and this is also a journey I encourage each one of you to be on. Please learn to be self-aware, learn to be present in the moment, learn to know your environment, your body language. Some of us, we really don't take keen interest in our body language, the way we sit, you're just slouched, you've taken one leg on top of the other as if you're the boss. Some of us have resting faces. I tend to do that sometimes. It scares people, but I'm nice, yeah. So the way you just walk, you know, when you walk sluggishly, people will not take you seriously. People will just think, okay, well, the way you talk, you know, it's very, very important, especially my Gen Zs. I know you have your own slang, your own language. Know where to speak that type of language and know where to speak professional language. Please stand tall, warm, be approachable, especially if you are a nutritionist, because you're going to be interacting with a lot of clients from different clientele, from different walks of life. I feel like for me, when I did my attachment at Gertrude Children's Hospital, I got to really understand different social classes. Like when you go to Mdaiga, you're dealing with the wealthy and the influential people of Kenya. And then when you come, you go to those outreaches, you get now to deal with the common man. It was quite an intriguing, good dynamic that helped me just learn how to interact with different social classes. And then the second helpful tips is build relationship. Like I always say, I think in my last episode I talked about collaboration. As a nutritionist, just put it at the back of your mind. You will always be interacting with people. You'll always be interacting with your fellow healthcare workers, your clients. If your office is outpatient, it will be a revolving door of people coming in. So you just learn how to build relationship with your colleagues. That is the first and foremost thing I'll share with you guys. Learn, as a nutritionist, learn to collaborate with your healthcare team. Be it nurses, be it doctors, be it pharmacists, be it your kitchen staff. Please learn to collaborate with them. Be warm. Fitness trainers, yeah. Those are things that will really help shape up your career and will help you love what you do. Because if you get into a healthcare team and you're not warm, you're not welcoming, people don't want to work with you, and if people don't want to work with you, you'll really have a hard time. I remember my internship in Machakos. I think I'll just record an episode where I talk about, I know I already shared in one of the sessions with the student union, they scheduled a session where we talked about our experience, but I never really got into the candidness of how the experience was. I think I'll record an episode and just tell it all. It was really a tough time. So you can imagine working with people who are resisting what you're doing. It gives you a hard time. It makes you be frustrated. It makes you hate being a nutritionist, guys. Just please, if you get into your new working environment, even if you're not a people person, please go learn those people skills, learn them, they will come in. And then listen actively. This is another thing, no one tells you about these things. When colleagues are giving you instructions, or telling you, or when you're giving instruction to you, because you're a nutritionist, you're specializing in your own field, so you'll be the one giving instructions. Please give them clearly, and when you're receiving feedback, listen, comprehend what they are saying so that you can respond. Don't just hear to respond, because you're going to clash with a lot of people. If you're discussing with your doctor, if you're coming up with intervention, if you're coming up, a client has come to you for your private practice, listen to them, communicate effectively. It will really help the client feel heard, your healthcare team feel heard. Like everyone you work with will just appreciate how actively you listen and how properly you communicate. This is something no one will tell you, because in school, in the uni or college, you're just being taught the theoretical, and then you go to the practical, you're doing what you've been taught in theory. But these soft skills, please guys, learn them. They're very, very important. If you're not a people person, I think I'll repeat it, please learn to be a people person. Another thing is confidence with humility. I always tell you guys in my channel, be confident in what you're saying. Because if you've gone to school, you've studied for 4 years or 2 years or 3 years, you're versatile. You've gone for your practicum, you've gone for your attachment, your internship. You're sort of familiar with what you're doing. So you become confident, but don't be rude. I know there are some people who come off as cocky, and people don't like cocky people. So be confident and be humble. Like, you know, like this is how you manage a diabetic patient, and the way you're counseling the patient, the way you're giving instruction to the nurses, the way you're jotting down or documenting on the files, or if you have the e-files, the way you're documenting. Please just share your knowledge, disseminate it into a layman language so that they can be able to understand. And then another thing to be added to that, if you're confident, please be open to learning, because you're going to a new environment. They have their way of working. You're just getting there with your fresh raw knowledge from school and from your internship. If you get to a new, they have their own culture. Please be open to learning. Be a team player, guys. Oh. Because a job is supposed to be a learning and a learning opportunity, and I feel like during interviews, people want to see like you're open to learning. You're not just cocky and you don't want to listen to other people. You become a know-it-all. No one likes a know-it-all, guys. Even if you know it all, you have to tone it. Don't keep quiet. If you know something, say, but just be confident, but be humble. I don't know how you'll manage that, but that is just a tip I'm sharing with you guys. Come, listen. Don't be boastful when you get to that in your working environment. because you don't want to be getting in the room and then people are rolling their eyes or people are leaving. It will make your work so. What's helpful tip I share is please be client-centered and make sure your approach is client-centered. Last month I've been talking a lot about functional nutrition and how you have to tailor your nutrition care process to individuals. I feel like, okay, it's quite expensive. When you weigh the pros and the cons, there's just a lot of cons more than pros, but for me I like to look at the glass half full. I feel like, especially if you have your own private practice, please curate your nutrition care plan, your nutrition care services to cater to an individual need, because I always just say we are different. I and my sisters, we may have come from the same place but we have different metabolism, we are different people, we have different preferences. Even this occurs especially in twins. They might look alike, but they are very different. They have different personalities. So I always just say curate your care to suit each individual client you meet, personalize your advice to them, and then make sure you effectively communicate. Especially if you're counseling a layman, I've noticed most Kenyans don't understand nutrition at all. Like they do not understand nutrition. Let me just tell you a secret. You're counseling someone, they think they know. Because I always don't tell people I'm a nutritionist. I just let them talk. And then I listen to what they're saying. I'm like, and then I just laugh inward, and then I try to now tell them the concept, because nutrition is very technical, so you have to break down the nutrition complex concept to easy to understand language for the layman, because no one will want you to be hearing big words. They'll run away from you. And then the tip is stay updated and be innovative. I always tell you guys, Kenyan nutritionists, software, I feel like nutrition is software. People are not really looking into that. I wish I was a techie person. I come up with an app, wearables, these things that suit the Kenyan market. Continue educating yourself. It doesn't stop when you finished campus. It doesn't stop when you finish your master's or your PhD. Continue learning. Attend these conferences, webinars, a lot of online courses. Keep working on your soft skills, your technical skills, apart from nutrition. And if you're into research, yeah, you can just continue doing research and then publishing your work in these open peer reviews journals. Just continue being updated with what is happening in the world of nutrition. And then, as I say, the techie people, yeah, you can be a nutritionist and you're into tech. Please be open to technology, especially if you're counseling clients. I know most of us are very rigid when it comes to modernizing nutrition, because I feel like some old school nutritionists don't like modernizing nutrition, but be open to this technology, the softwares, the upcoming softwares that you can track your clients, especially if you have a private practice, meal plans, and just organizing your consultation in files, and so that you can easily retrieve when a client comes back for monitoring and evaluation. And I think I'll record an episode to talk about how we don't properly monitor and evaluate clients, especially when they come to you and they leave the hospital. That is the end of it. You don't know how they're doing and all that thing. Is be adaptable. That's another helpful tips I'd share with you guys. You're going into a new work environment with a new workplace culture, with new people you don't know, they're strangers. So please, every working environment, and this is what I've learned from just practicing in different areas, every environment is very different. So when you go into a new environment, go with a new perspective, fresh perspective. Don't take what was happening in the older environment into the new environment. Just get into the new environment and just act like this is the first time you're now working, and get to learn how things are done, adapt. With the time, a month or so, you'll have noticed the culture of where you're working, and then maintaining your personal values and standards. Don't compromise something that you don't want to compromise, guys, because I feel like when you get into a new environment, most of us, we tend to people please so that people like us. You don't want to be who you are because you think people don't like who you are. Please, guys, just be who you are. People will navigate towards the you the real authentic you, because when you pretend and act, you'll attract pretenders, and then it will be messy when now the real you comes and you're like, you know what, I just don't like you. And then you're working in the same office, yeah. And then flexibility with clients, please understand their background, their culture. And this is something I've been telling you, their dietary preferences. Don't force your things on them. Listen, get to know them, especially if you're a community nutritionist, get to know them. And then focus on wellness beyond nutrition. Please take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. Take care of your lifestyle. Take care of your health. Don't let the work blur the work-life balance. This is something I'll keep on repeating in each and every episode, because I felt like when I started, I used to let work take over my life, and it really messed with my mental health, and I don't want that to do to you as a starting nutritionist or someone who is going to a new environment. For watching, that's all I had for you today. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on all my social media platforms to get nutrition and nutrition related issues. And until next time, I've been yours. Bye.